Work does not have to be a nightmare. In fact, it is not supposed to. It's a big part of your life. It's where you spend most of your days, and it's what allows you to afford the things you need and want, so it's definitely a big deal, wouldn't you say? Over the years, I have had more jobs than I can remember, and each time I quit a job, there were at least 2 or 3 red flags that made me realize that it just wasn't the right job for me. Likewise, today as a content creator, I can give you a long list of signs that let me know I am exactly where I'm supposed to be, regardless of there being some things about my job that I sometimes struggle with, like having to create content on demand, regardless of how uninspired I get. So this video is essentially a compilation of signs I've collected over the years, not only in my working experience, as well as for my friends and family. Signs that you found the right job for you, and signs that you didn't. Or maybe you're thinking of switching jobs and are weighing the pros and cons of making that switch, and this is how you'll know. Okay, signs you have found a job that's great for you, that you found the jackpot. If you can check at least 5 of these, you're good to go. It's when you enjoy your work, at least most of the time, right? When you get so caught up in it that time flies and you find yourself looking at the watch in shock that so much time has passed. Time flies when you're having fun, right? It's like you don't even need coffee to get through the day. The excitement you feel about your work is more than enough to get you going. Also, you have a great working environment. You like most of your coworkers, you laugh a lot, and you feel like you can count on them, and vice versa. You don't need to be friends or even hang out after work. It's enough that while you're at work, it feels good to be around them. It's also when your boss is smart, competent, and ethical, and they also know when to support you and when to push you forward. They know what you're capable of and aren't going to let you get too comfortable. It's also very important to actually like the company, and identify with its mission, values, and overall culture. You need to feel like your work has meaning for you. Also, that the company is doing well enough, because there is no point in having the perfect job if it doesn't have a future. You have also found yourself a great job when you know what you're learning at work, when your resume is growing and your confidence in your ability increases over time. A job where at the same time you feel like you have something to say and people listen to you. Now, a big part of that is having all sorts of different experiences, having a job that challenges you and makes you get out of your comfort zone. A job where you can take risks because your company does not punish every little mistake and gives you freedom. And of course, you are being fairly paid, money isn't an issue, and you can afford all the things that are important to you. And when your job title reflects the scopes of your responsibilities, you feel seen and valued. Okay, now this is a big one for me because Sundays have always been dramatic for me when I had jobs I didn't like. So it's a very, very good sign when you're calm on Sundays and annoyingly excited on Monday morning. Also, when you have a great work-life balance, there is no point in loving your work if it leaves you no room left to have a life outside of work. You need enough time for your friends, for your family, and of course for yourself. It is also a pretty good sign your job is awesome when you want your boss's job. Because it means you can see a path for growth in that company, that excites you, that you see yourself climbing that corporate ladder in an enjoyable way. How's that list going? Did you get a lot of checks or not really? Still unsure? This next bit will definitely help. So here are the signs that you are not at the right job for you. First of all, you don't feel secure at your job and you feel like it could disappear at any time. And if it did, you would be more disappointed and surprised. For whatever reason, you just don't see a career path there. Also, you do not particularly like or trust your coworkers. Your working environment isn't particularly pleasant and you can't wait to live it at the end of the day. Now, your boss does not care about you, barely knows you as a person, and doesn't acknowledge or appreciate any of your contributions. Or they micromanage you and pick away at every insignificant mistake you make. And of course, you are also being underpaid and or overworked. Your work is grueling, boring, or a combination of both. You do not feel like your company sees you as a human being, but merely as a production unit, completely replaceable and disposable. And of course, you dread Sunday nights because that's when you realize you will have to get back up and go back to work next morning, and it's like a weight on your chest. And if with this list you feel like you have indeed the wrong job for you, I suggest you watch this video to learn how to quit your job the right way.